Well, raise your hand if you're tired. Tired, in need of a beer or something like this, a hug. Okay, I saw that. So there is something that is very challenging when we create a field like this of intention so that we can have humanity and create this intention for humanity so that they have radical change in how they eat, how they sleep, how they wake up, how they receive education and knowledge, how they spend their free time. So this change is something that we intend and is very structural, very strong. We are going against the wind. That's how I feel. Do you feel like this? In this pressure, going against the wind, making a lot of effort, and we are there in the session of education to everybody. We had a lot of emotions. I have an experience of being unproductive and being in the middle of the chaos. And I keep asking myself if it is exactly this, if we face that when we propose such a big goal like this, and how this goal invites us to change completely our mental model, completely how we can solve the problem. This is the mental model. We have this condition of how to solve the problem, and it seems to us that we are trying to change something. This is a genius sentence from Einstein. The mind that solves the problem is not the same one who created the problem. So here is the invitation for us to see ourselves and this conditioning and how to operate this conditionings and what big changes, quantic changes in a mysterious way we need to promote to ourselves so that we are in a collective space and effectively producing something that generates result. We we see ourselves as a virus in the system. It's in the matrix conditioning us since the time we are born, and we learn how to obey the hierarchy when we are children. There is right and wrong, and if we see what mom and dad likes, we are going to be a good boy or a good girl. And if we don't, we'll be grounded. We will receive exclusion, rejection, and a lot of pain. And we'll go to school. And implementing this software is intensified at school. Hierarchy is more complex, inclusion and exclusion is stronger within the system, and we keep implementing this software throughout life, at work, church, gym center, and everywhere we are. So I believe that this conditioning is in the DNA. It's more than that. So if you are interested in not having this matrix, probably we have a group of people that are benefiting a lot from this matrix and saying, hey, I have 6 billion and whatever people working for me, obeying my rules, and I am here quite well. It may be a fantasy, but I believe that some people are nurturing and incentivizing this matrix.
Pessoas mais querem é que
In the end, what I believe is that people want us to be chaotic, that we leave here on Friday very frustrated. And come on, why do we have to talk about sustainability? It doesn't work anyway. It has nothing to do. So let's go back to watch Faustão and to my shopping mall. So this is my questions, and I give to you this question that is within me for a long time. I want more effectiveness. I want to live in a chaotic space and not chaotic space, because this is where life flows. The matrix is within the control and order. The school is discipline and the work, and there is punishment if you don't do what is done. So we are going through order and control. Everybody's controlling what has to be done. This is space we don't want anymore.
So if we need this, if we get this space of order, we go to the other way around. It's very chaotic because they say, oh, leave it to the process. The flow can take it. Sometimes we talk like that, even I. So the invitation we have for us from tomorrow is to have this attention, to position in this chaotic space, which is where the life flows. So if there is a lot of chaos, if a lot of people are talking at the same time, so call your own empowerment. You don't need to be a facilitator. Everybody here is a facilitator. Then express your need. I need more order and structure. How can we do that? I study a lot of sociocracy, which for me is a box of tools that help us a lot in our horizontal relations. It's not hierarchic and it's very loving. And there is two principles that are essentials. We work all the time to equilibrate these principles, which are equivalence, in which everybody needs to have an equal voice. It doesn't say that we are all equal, we are all different, but when we are making a group decision, we want everybody to be able to object or to improve the proposal in an equal basis. And the other principle is efficacy. So when we are in this balance between equivalence and efficiency and balance and chaos, we find it because we know that the matrix has this autocratic leadership, and we don't want this anymore. And then we go all to the other side, which is to be very loose. So this is the call for the empowerment of each one of us, for us to have this attention so that we can navigate together in this chaotic space, so that we can be very productive and efficient in what we have here to do, because we have a very big job and we can't get lost in this chaos. Thank you.
Amanhã a gente começa às 9.
Tomorrow we'll be starting at 9, and we'll be starting at 9. Today we were real late. Some people got lost. There were the technicians to fix them, but now everything is assembled. So tomorrow we start with Turkney Butter, me, myself and Ben. So see you tomorrow. Have a good rest.
It was a 3-minute, yeah. Yeah, 3 minutes each. Let's have a little closing. So that was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Fabiana. Love you. Yeah, I think even if it's 1 minute each, who's ready? Can we have a representative from each group? Come on up here, ladies. Whole health, and let's have other teams come on up so that we can really get the best of this.
Não deu para ficar claro se a gente ia tentar ou não.
Sim.
Boa noite, pessoal. Vai ser super rápido, porque eu imagino que está todo mundo cansado. A gente está falando de saúde integral e cuidar de si mesmo faz parte de saúde integral. Então, só para dizer que a gente teve uma tarde super inspiradora. A gente tem um grupo pequeno e muito profundo. Então, a gente usou o nosso tempo muito para conhecer cada um de nós e para conhecer o que a gente faz nessa área de saúde e quais são as nossas maiores inquietações nessa área também. Tá todo mundo comigo? Para eu conseguir ser rápido, eu preciso conseguir focar, e eu preciso da ajuda de vocês para focar. Então, a gente falou das nossas inquietações, falamos de desafios, falamos dessas coisas grandes que estão aí dadas e como é que a gente vai enfrentá-las. Mas a gente falou muito de potência. Da potência dessa saúde integral, tanto dos recursos que a gente tem entre cada um de nós, dentro desse grupo, quanto dos recursos que a gente tem disponíveis no sistema em que a gente atua, local e globalmente.
Bom, e aí uma das coisas que
One of the things that we talked about as health professionals, the people that are caring for the health, not only the professional. Scholastica had talked about that in the morning, about the holistic vision of body, mind, and spirit. So we act on the world according to that. So if we want to act in the community, we need to start by ourselves with this multidimensional vision of ourselves. Did you get a general idea? That's it. My name is Felipe. We are talking about the thriving cities, and we try to encourage people through the check-in dynamics using tools like strings and questions so that each one could work in themselves, and from then we start understanding the resources that we could offer, and then we had a moment for meditation, and we raised a lot of things, and with the help of Rodrigo, which is an excellent playmaster, we were able to capture what has happened this first day. So we believe we had a lot of synapses today, and I would like him to show the overview of it so that we can go a little deeper on it. Good evening. I was really surprised on how fast this group has produced all the knowledge that has been represented, the top of the line, and all this in a format that we quickly saw it very clearly. So the experiences of each one can be connected and synthesized in a kind of a software that can be distributed in different communities in Rio de Janeiro and districts to level things up, all this collective intelligence in the city. I thought it would be just like we were like today on Friday, but we got like this today, and so I'm very inspired that we made such progress, and I believe that we are going to the hackathon with a very great project.
Boa noite.
Good evening. It was a very rich day with a lot of information. We started at 3 p.m. and we had up to 3:45 to know each other. We had a quick check-in. People get to know each other. And we also exchanged information on what brought us here. And from that on, we reached to Vanessa Moutinho. Some of you know her. She brought a good practice of understanding our talents and going back to our childhood and digging to see where our talents were and what was easy or difficult for us to do. And we are in the second stage of mapping the talents. And one of our friend Martin. I don't know if he is still here. He is from Argentina. And he brought a question. So what is the goal here, he asked. It was 5 p.m. And from 5 to now, we started diverging and converging information regarding the method, and if we would have to deliver an app and people would like to be more objective in delivering a product, others wouldn't like, they wouldn't think about a new model, they didn't want to talk about it. They just wanted to go the way it was or not. And in the end, we decided just to have the post-its against the walls. We have there the names, what everyone has to offer. We wrote some needs. And tomorrow is the day for a restart of this process, and we believe it will emerge from the group. I believe we'll follow this process in an organic way and not getting to the form that was suggested. And we'll have the presence of Dominique Barthes here and CNV, who is launching Escola Beta. It will be very rich to have him enlightening some things to us regarding education to all, educação para todos. I don't know, do you feel contemplated? You want to say something? Okay, we can do it, and we have a driver of sociocracy that Karini and Fabi helped, so that we can see that this model of education doesn't work to us, and it was very rich for us to understand these different views, and from that on emerge something new and have nothing ready. Thank you. Hi guys, good evening. I'll talk about the weather economy. It was a very good process. We could find many projects, ideas, and expectations from everybody talking about the weather, and then we went through a speech from Vincent, and he mentioned his fantastic idea. Then Glenn came and talked about other ideas. So we started with a chaotic process of projects and guidelines, and in the end we started the second stage of starting with the talents and how we can contribute, and now I hope we can develop those ideas and projects and what each one has to contribute.
E bom, acho que
Okay, I think now we can take a breath. So this is the moment that I can say, okay, so you come here. I want to finish with Claudio Spinola. We have a panel on ecofeminism, but we'll talk about it and think about everything that happened today and how we can gather all this and learn the lessons and rebuild everything tomorrow. Hi guys, I would just ask you to call our attention regarding time, especially tomorrow, so that we can build a reality that is different from today. We need to start on time, and each one of us understand where is our responsibility in this process. So you participants, if you are on time, if the organization is ready, the speakers, if you are using your own time or taking the other times for the speech, it may be during a speech here in the front or just in a collocation, and the coordinators need to understand why and finish the process because everybody else is waiting. So it's very important that we comply with that. each one has their own responsibility, so tomorrow and on Friday we can build a different reality so that we can reach where we want. This is my pledge, my appeal, just to assure that this is what we decided. We start the activity at 9, so no matter who's here. So if I am late, whatever, you start the activity at 9. So this is what is set. And when we say it's lunch time, and if we say we'll go back at 2, it's going to be at 2, no matter who is here, so that things go on, okay?
Ok, muito obrigada. Até amanhã. Até amanhã. Ok, obrigada. Te amo.